On our streams, we do 20-minute sprints where you can be productive in any shape or form that you need to be productive in, whether it's writing, reading, editing, doing some household chores, or what have you. And then between those sprints, we will chat a little bit, possibly a lot. More likely, it's going to be a lot. That's neither here nor there, though.
I make no promises.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We had Cookie join us. Good evening. How are ya? Lovely little cat faces. All right. So, what are you going to be working on?
I think I am going to finally get a chance to read this. I've been dying to read this for a while since it was first announced. This is the first new Dragonlance book by Margaret Weiss and Tracy Hickman in A Dog's Age. So
It's been a couple of decades, hasn't it?
Almost. I think it's been right around 15, 18 years, something like that. I grew up reading these as a kid because my mom was one of those who got sucked into the Satanic Panic, and Dungeons and Dragons is bad. But
She would get sucked into that.
the books originally did not have Dungeons and Dragons on there. It had Dragonlance. Big difference. So I got these are the newer versions, but Dragons of the Autumn Flame, Autumn Twilight was one of my favorite books growing up. Well, no, because Summer Flame is the third book in the trilogy. I always transpose words.
That's fine.
But these were some of my favorite fantasy books. There we go. Growing up.
Yeah, you always gotta go off what you think.
So I love these books. I love these characters, and this is the first new book in the Dragonlance series. So I can't wait to really dive into this. I read part of the first chapter digitally, but I wanted to read it in book format. So yeah.
So that's what he's going to be working on. I am going to be working on my Kindle Vella project. I am on chapter 8. And I need to finish that up. And I'm hoping to get 8 and 9 done today. Maybe.
If I'm not too distracting. So I tend to be distracting on this
Neither
channel.
here nor there. So what's everybody else working on? Hello, Cool Gamer. How are you? Hey, Jordan. How are you doing? Hope you're doing well. People on the Facebook groups are always making my phone buzz. Good morning, Rachel. How are you today? I am. Let's see. I think I just started chapter 21. So I think I've got like 7-ish more chapters to go on your beta read. So we're getting there. I'm almost done. Jordan says, does anyone have any words of motivation or inspiration because you need them? Let's see. So where are my inspirational quotes? Did I take them down? I think I'll take them down.
I always have one.
Go ahead.
And believe it or not, it's from somebody named Jordan.
Yeah.
So I don't know if anybody else is addicted to watching stuff on YouTube like I am, but there was a kid a little while back on VR chat named Jordan who the whole thing was just adorable. But his words of wisdom were very simple. Do good, die great.
Yeah. That notebook over there?
This one?
Yep. So I always have quotes in here. Or I did. It's in the other notebook.
Which one? That's not in here, is it?
Nope.
Crap in a hat.
Actually, it might be over there.
Which one?
It'll be fine. I used to have quotes memorized, but I just don't anymore.
Are you reading this?
I was ages ago.
You need to finish reading it. I need you to finish reading it. Sorry, I got distracted.
One of my favorite quotes to do is "This too shall pass." So whatever you're feeling now is going to be short-lived because you're going to make it short-lived, and you are enough because you are. And yeah,
And the worst comes to worst, you can always use one of the quotes from one of my favorite YouTube poop style videos. I'm Batman. I ain't got to explain shit.
Kiwoki's working on the map for their indie game. Awesome.
Ooh,
I like that.
color me intrigued. What
Yeah.
kind of indie game is this?
And Rachel's, I hope you like our unexpected book. We wrote these stories just for fun and we converted it. Nice. Yes, very much so. Very much so. I'm enjoying it so far. That's definitely enjoying it so far. All right. Felt like Rain Man there for a second.
Man.
Definitely.
I'll pick up the thing with the flash drives and dump it down, and you have to tell me how many fell.
No.
Yeah.
No. Let's not do that.
Yeah.
You have too many flash drives. No
No,
one has escaped its hold.
that's not a flash drive. That's a SD card reader.
The purple thing?
Yes, that's a
It's
micro SD card reader.
it's flash drive size. So
I
why
keep
isn't it in the flash drive
because
box?
I keep that out because I've had a tendency to use it a lot more when changing stuff on my Mio Mini. So
All right. Let's go ahead and get started. Shall we? Yes.
huh.
Jordan says it's funny how you say that because one of my favorite quotes is from Stargate SG1 and is that young did not always do as they're told. Yeah, they don't. Stargate SG1. Oh, that's a show that brings back memories. All right. Cookie says it's one of those walking simulator because it's easier for me to wake.
Hey,
That's cool. That is cool though.
I will have to try that out once it is finished.
Yep. All right. Now, don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget to get some nummies if you have some rumblies and the tumblies. And let's go ahead and get productive in any shape or form that you need to. In three, two, one, get at it. All right, everybody. How did you do? How many pages did you read?
10.
10?
10.
Nice. How you like it so far?
No, it's still very, very early, but I have missed their writing style. I really have.
Good. Try and do my word count. Yeah, 390 that time.
390 is good.
Yep. Let's see, it's August total, so almost gotten 6,000 words for the month. Woohoo!
That's an accomplishment. Don't dismiss that.
Oh goodness, it's been a month.
Mm-hmm.
Da, 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 da. Cookie says, "Nibble the noms, hydrate or dihydrate."
Yes. I love that phrase. I love how Mama Maggie puts it on hers whenever she does her streams. So.
Yeah, she has a banner scrolling across the bottom. Like, read it. What are you? Why are you tearing out the
Because now
bookshelves
my
here?
curiosity has gotten the better of me. Continue. Haha, I knew I had more. Continue.
So Ava joined us. Good morning, Ava. I hope you're doing well. Getting distracted by books being pulled out of. Those are the same two books.
Yep. Okay, so I just have the original ones.
Yeah.
I still need book 3.
Yeah.
Okay.
Jenna joined us, sliding in between meetings and seminars and getting some admin tasks done. And thank you for hitting the like button. Doing tiny tasks. That's awesome. And Lauren is at work. Hello, Lauren. I hope you have a good day at work. And Koki says that the strays are there. Awesome.
Stray cats?
Stray cats.
Nico?
Yeah.
Yay, Nico.
And Jenna sees 2 shirts she needs on screen. Yes. So this one is that Tea Turtle too?
Honestly, I don't remember. I've had this shirt for a while now. Probably. God, I can't.
No, it's got a tag in it. It's not Tea Turtle.
I can't remember.
Hold your hair, jerk.
I can't wear Tea Turtle shirts. Tea Turtle shirts are too small for me. They don't do fatty sizes.
It doesn't say.
This one was probably on. It wasn't a Once Upon a T-shirt. It may be T Fury or Shirt Punch. It's been a while since I bought this one. It's Studio Ghibli Girls. I'm a really big Nazca fan, so it's got Nazca and San on here. So that's kind of why I decided to go ahead and pick this one up. So, but yeah.
Yeah, it has everybody on there.
I'm not sure where I got this one, but it's been a while since I've been able to wear this one. And since I became Wilford Brimley with the diabetes, I've lost a lot of weight, so I'm starting to be able to wear shirts that I have not been able to wear for a while because I kind of ballooned up for a little bit. And I think my highest was 308.
Something like that, yeah.
And I weighed myself yesterday or day before yesterday, and I was like 271. So yeah, I can actually wear clothes again, which is nice.
Yep. So, and this one is definitely a Tea Turtle one because I'm trying to become an affiliate with them whenever they have an affiliate program. So everything I wear on my channel is usually Tea Turtle, unless it's AuthorTube related, which I am going to buy some more AuthorTuber shirts. I've got one bookmarked on Bookend Lane, and I think I've got one at JC's bookmarked too. So, and I need to buy one from the AuthorTube Writing Conference too. That might be a next year thing. I don't know. But we'll see. Yeah. And mine says, "I'm harmless, I'm swear," and it actually glows in the dark, so it's cute.
Yes, it's awesome.
And managed to get the planner updated and more coffee for Jenna. Awesome. I love that it's kind of a Nausicaa blue. Yes.
Yes.
Yes. And she says, "Congrats on your journey."
Oh, should I?
What?
If it shows up. Speaking of Nazca,
There you
there's a
go.
good one. So yeah, it's actually a watercolor image that Hayao Miyazaki used to use in Animage.
Mhm.
I think this was from March of '85,
Yeah.
according to the Nazca watercolor book. Um, so it was an actual image that he used for like contests and stuff, and I fell in love with the image itself. So I got it tattooed on me last May because Nazca was like my number three favorite film of all time.
Mhm.
My hierarchy of films across the board literally goes Casablanca. It is the greatest movie ever made. It is a perfect film. Empire Strikes Back, and then Nazca because I'm weird and I'm a
Mhm.
geek.
And that's
So
his actual first tattoo too, and he's
yes,
like deathly scared of needles. So I'm very proud of him that he actually picked something that was so close to his face. But
so close to his heart. I mean face. Sorry, I'm
yeah.
just rearranging the shelf.
Yeah,
I'll
because
be
he
back.
decided to pull all the books off to see if we had any more Dragonlance books.
And sadly, I just have the same two that I pointed out earlier. It's just that they're first prints.
You know, you could
And
have asked me.
I thought that I had Dragons of the Summer Flame, which I don't. So I need to remedy that at some point and
Mhm.
see if there's an actual trade paperback. So I'm weird. This is a mass market paperback. I used to buy these all the time. As I've gotten older, they're hard to read because the font on the text is so freaking small. So I try to avoid these like the plague. What I buy now are more along the lines of the trade paperback size. I just like them better. They have a better feel, they have better font size, all of that. And this is just random one I picked up off the shelf. Or an actual hardcover. But yeah, I don't know if they've re-released those, the original Dragonlance Chronicles trilogy. The font size just is better.
Okay.
Let's play the compare and contrast game. So there's that font size,
Yeah.
and there's that font size.
Yeah.
The font size is better than the trade paperback. It is not. Don't argue with me.
Okay, let's
So
go ahead and get into another spread.
yes. What? Okay. Yeah. There's nothing else as far as the chat goes.
Yeah.
So
Stop.
can't stop, won't stop. Um, it's
These
YouTube being dumb again.
timers are killing me.
You know, you
Okay.
can use the space bar to pause and unpause,
Mm,
right?
yeah, you see where my other hand is? It's holding myself up. It's not holding the space bar.
Okay. Well, just kind of pointing that out there. So you
Shush.
bring it back and then
Shush.
you hit the space bar.
Shush. Shush. Peanut gallery.
Okay. All right, Captain Goofy.
All right. Don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to hydrate. Don't forget some noms if you have some rumblies in the tumblies. And let's go ahead and get started in three, two, one on another 20-minute sprint. Be productive.
Yeah.
All right. How did everybody do on that one?
Hey, you stopped in time.
Sheesh.
That wasn't even a shush. That was sheesh. Like you were sheeshing me. Sheesh. Wow.
I love you.
So I got nothing accomplished that stream, although I was checking our speed on our internet, which means I'm going to end up rebooting a router, the router and the modem here after we're done, after Sam's done with this, because I refuse on my 200 plus meg line to be okay with 50 megs. Yeah, no gusta te amos.
Okay. So I did 318 words because I kept getting distracted.
And I looked at a Kickstarter that sent me an email, and I just can't do the money for it right now because after after euro conversion, it's like $92 before shipping. So I just can't do it.
It's all good. All good. Mr. Blandis joined us. Good morning. Good morning. Hope you have a good day at work. And I'm apologizing for if there's any lag or whatsoever or anything in the stream because, yeah, like he said, our internet's kind of doing weird things. Rachel got articles lined up so she can begin plugging away. Awesome. Good job. And Jenna rewatched some videos of curriculum design team to double check their placement in a few projects. Nice. Getting all this stuff done.
Mm-hmm.
Good job.
Yeah. I looked through Once Upon a Tea to see if there were any cool T-shirts for today. Found a really cool one that I might end up ordering from her, but when I go to the website, it's in Polish.
Yeah.
So I'm not entirely sure how long that would take to get here.
Yeah.
Because I am assuming that it's going to be shipped from Poland.
Yeah.
So not too sure about that.
I could do a little bit more research on it later.
Yeah, because I like going to Day of the Shirt because it kind of goes through and lumps in a whole bunch of the limited T-shirts that places have for sale. Because a lot of these T-shirt companies, Ripped, Shirt Punch, which I don't even know if Shirt Punch is still out there. Um, there used to be a couple that I would shop with, and one of them kind of burned me. So I stopped buying shirts online for a little while because they took all these orders and completely ghosted everybody. And yeah, there were a lot of people who got burned out of money that one time. They were good for a while, but then all of a sudden, boom, they were gone. My problem with Shirt Punch is located in Canada, and they take forever for their shipping, and then they skyrocketed their shipping cost. So I stopped ordering from Shirt Punch. But I like Ripped for the most part. I like Once Upon a Tea a little bit better. T Fury's good.
T-Turtle's awesome.
T-Turtle is great for her. They don't really make sizes for me because I'm still a little bit bigger.
You're getting there.
There's another one that I ordered from too that it's more on demand and they directly pay the artist, which is great. I've got a Thief in the Cobbler shirt that's the whole reason why I bought it from that particular store is because they directly paid the creator of the shirt, which is great. So
good morning, Kat. Thank you for joining us. I hope we can get some more productivity sprints in so you can get some writing done. And thank you. Yeah, I think it wasn't Redbubble. It was one of the other one.
No, see, I like Redbubble because Redbubble offers a lot of stuff. I own one Redbubble shirt that was gifted to me because Redbubble is very expensive.
Yeah.
Because it's all print on demand.
Yeah.
No, I just have to look at my email to see.
I did drop the link to the Day of the Shirt in the chat. So if y'all want to check it out, then
scroll back up real quick.
You can.
No, Shirt Punch is still listed on there.
Yeah.
Threadless, ripped.
They got shirts from Shirtwoot, Ripped, QWERTY, Shirt Punch,
Threadless is good.
Threadless, yeah. The Yee Tee, Snorg Tees, Busted Tees, and Tee Public.
And Once Upon a Tee is on there because they normally run like 12 different shirts.
Yeah.
But
there's a lot of awesome shirts on there right now. Like they've got a Cheshire Cat and White Rabbit with Alice in between them.
Back and Body Hurts.
Back and Body Hurts.
That one actually made me smile. That's what I was laughing at earlier. That and the Edward Teach one because. So we are from North Carolina. There is a town in North Carolina called Bath, Bath, because like most of old America, especially in the 13 colonies, there are towns that are named after areas in the UK.
Just a little bit.
Bath, North Carolina, is famous for one big thing, Edward Teach. So I had to go last year to a funeral in Bath. One of my best friend's mothers passed. I drove to the funeral, which is in the northern part of the state as far as the coast goes. When I came back and I talked to the people at work about, I went to Bath. They're like, "Where's Bath?" And I explained to them where. And I was like, "It's famous for Edward Teach." And they're like, I swear to God, like 3 people that work there. Like, who's Edward Teach? Blackbeard, the pirate. That's his real name. This is stuff we're supposed to learn in this state in elementary school about the history of North Carolina. I learned it. But then again, I also lived at the coast. So I don't know, maybe the curriculum was a little bit different.
Okay, so I'm from the mountains, so I am completely opposite of him. Flatlander mountain. So we were taught about some of the pirates, Blackbeard being one of the major ones because Blackbeard his things were in North Carolina mostly. His ships, his bases of operation,
which is what Bath is famous for.
So we were taught about Blackbeard, and I knew the real name, but I couldn't remember like his real name. I just remembered Teach. I didn't remember
Edward Teach.
Edward Teach. Yep. So yeah, it's yeah. But the other pirates, I could tell you very little on them. We learned a lot about Blackbeard. We actually did a play on Blackbeard, which I thought was highly weird.
Yeah.
Because that was like 2nd grade. While we were learning about pirates in 2nd grade. Other than, cool pirates. But yeah.
Not a good person.
Eva is like, the shipping is pricey too. Yes, very much. They aren't pirate nerds like us.
Yes.
See, Eva had no idea who it was, but she's like middle. You're middle of the country. Rachel grew up in Alabama, but moving here, I wound up learning about it, and it was fascinating. Right. Yeah. So the first Eva's Ohio.
I've been to Ohio.
Yeah, I know you've been to Ohio. I've been to, Yellowstone and the state that shall not be named because it always tries to kill me.
Ohio blew my mind because so I went to Ohio with work, and we went to Taco Bell, and this still sticks with me to this day. So we go to Taco Bell. Now, those of us who are a little bit older in the United States, in the late 80s, Willie Nelson got hit with this gigantic tax bill. So one of the things that he did is he did these commercials for Taco Bell. And one of the things that he did in the commercial was sing a song. And one of the lines in the song was about sweet tea. So I'm from North Carolina. Now Taco Bell sweet tea is hot garbage. It is terrible. Can't drink it anymore. But at the time I did drink sweet tea. So we go to Taco Bell for lunch in Ohio. And I asked for sweet tea. Something that was in the commercial. Granted, this is 20 years later, but it's still, no, not 12 years later, but it's still in the commercial for Taco Bell. And they laughed at me because this is Ohio. We don't do sweet tea.
You know that there is a certain one in the
It's
eastern part of the
in
United
the
States.
commercial.
I don't care.
You can go to North Dakota and go to McDonald's and get a Southern style sweet tea because it is part of the menu.
And
It
that
is not geographical.
Yeah.
It is
and
part of the commercial.
It is not Southern sweet tea, honey.
It's the same sweet tea.
No, it's not. Have you been to South Dakota and got their Southern sweet tea?
Doesn't matter.
It's not. We celebrate Talk Like a Pirate Day as a holiday in our home. Yes. There's a map left that leads to a surprise treasure chest.
Yes.
We need to do that. It does sound like a lot of fun. Cat says pirates would have been totally different if they had cats instead of parrots on their shoulders. Or chickens. Chickens.
See, that should be something in a new Monkey Island game.
Yeah.
A pirate with a chicken instead of a parrot.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I know. Commercials are definitely regional, but this was a nationwide campaign because Willie needed money. $57 million IRS tax bill. He was slinging Taco Bell like no tomorrow.
It's not the same. Yeah, it is not. Like we went to, it was somewhere in Wyoming, Cody, Wyoming, and this little mom and pop restaurant, swore up and down that they had Southern sweet tea for all of their Southern visitors. And so I ordered it thinking, why not? They gave me tea and they gave me the little pink packets of Sweet and Low.
No, you can't use Sweet and Low. The only acceptable way to...
That was their Southern sweet tea.
No, the only acceptable way to actually sweeten cold tea and make it taste like Southern sucrose goodness is Splenda. Hear me out. You can have tea and ice, and you put the Splenda in there. It tastes, with the exception of a slight aftertaste, it's not that bad. It actually tastes very close to actual Southern sucrose level sweet tea.
So there is a retro commercial channel. If you're interested
Dave's
in
Archive.
watching, Dave's Archive. If you're interested in watching it, he does have the Willie Nelson.
It's on there somewhere.
Taco Bell commercials on there.
God, that was. I'm trying to remember when it was, because let's see, Relentless was in '92, and Bill Hicks actually makes a reference to the Taco Bell commercials.
Yeah.
So it's somewhere in between like '89 and '91 is when Willie Nelson had his gigantic freaking tax bill.
No. Okay, I had some from McDonald's in Minnesota, and nope. Yeah, no. Sips my sweet tea.
See, for the longest time,
yeah,
sweet tea was my go-to, but since getting the diabetes, I've cut all the sugary drinks out, so I have yet to do unsweet tea with Splenda, even though I know I could drink it. Just because I got a feeling that that's going to be a slippery slope. So I'd rather just stick with my agua and kind of go for and coffee and go from there.
Yeah. It's decaf, so it probably doesn't. Yeah, we'll let it slide. I use real sugar in my tea. I put it in while
Yes.
yes, that's the only way to do it.
But I'm just saying that if you get, like cold, unsweet tea, you can use Splenda, and it actually tastes like actual Southern style sweet tea.
Minus the aftertaste. Kent says that's too funny. I'll have to hunt it down. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dave's Archives.
He's actually singing on there and everything
Yeah.
about, tacos and burritos too, and sweet tea. And
It's Willie Nelson, though.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
But in
It's kind of
Texas-
par for the course.
Oh God, no! You lived in Texas. You lived in Texas. You got actual real tacos, or something, as opposed to Taco Bell is trash food. Don't get me wrong. Taco Bell is not Mexican food.
No.
Taco Bell is trash compared to real Mexican food. You want good Mexican food, regardless of where you are, go to a damn taco truck. Taco trucks, that's real Mexican food. Taco Bell it's 3:00 in the morning, and I want something that is gooey and that can fill me up on like $4. That's what Taco Bell is. Taco Bell is, I've got free rewards on my app, so I don't want to wait for the real Mexican restaurant to give me good food. I just want to go through drive-through and get like a nasty ass burrito and just eat that. That's what Taco Bell is.
Let's see, that's why Taco Bell is known for tucking in the manager's office. Yes.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep. Because good old Willie.
Yep. Splenda has the least aftertaste to me. I can't deal with sweet and low, equal, or stevia.
Yeah.
I can do
Stevia's okay. In moderation, but because we learned a little while back, my old roommate had the diabetes, and I'm sorry, I have to say it like that, just because of Wilford Brimley's diabetes. So he had the diabetes, and he would go through and get the unsweet tea and just do Splenda in it. And I tried it, and it's like, that is the closest to it. And I've been to some places with some nasty ass sweet tea and gotten unsweet tea with Splenda, and it's like, okay, this is better than the sweet tea you're trying to hawk out of these poor people.
I only do equal, and that's in oatmeal, and that's only because my mom used to do it, so it kind of became a thing. It's like how I like my oatmeal for some odd reason.
Because you're weird.
Yeah, 2 little packets of equal, a ton of cinnamon and butter, and yeah, that's
You're
my
weird.
oatmeal. Can't help it. It's how mom used to fix it, so it's comfort food. Yeah. You married a girl from Jalisco, Mexico. That's got to be awesome. Now you want to go visit mommy, don't you?
I just want some pozole. That's my big
pozole.
thing. I need to actually get off my ass and make pozole.
Yeah, you do. She gave you a recipe.
I know, but the thing with pozole is it's such a big meal. I need a big stock pot in order to do it right. We don't have a stock pot. So I'd have to get a stock pot in order to do it right, because you kind of let the...
You got the crock.
No, like a stock pot.
That crock is...
No, it's not.
Mm-hmm.
It is not that big.
We have 2 crock pots. Or we have 2 crocks.
I need to get a stock... No, okay. You need a whole chicken and a couple other things. If I'm going to do it right.
It'll fit 2 whole chickens in there.
You're going to have to eat hominy, too. So...
I have nothing... I used to eat hominy by itself. What's the matter with you?
All right, yeah, I do want some pozole.
Let's see, Jordan says, I won't lie, as a visually impaired person, I love my food, for my sense of smell is heightened because I can smell a lot of food senses, aromas, everything, you name it. Yeah. Lauren is working today. When Lauren gets a chance, I want to ask her how her job is going. Yeah. I'm sure she will let us know when she can.
Yes.
Yeah, definitely need the right stuff for good Mexican food.
Yes.
Well, any good recipe anyway.
And what they sell and perpetuate as tacos at like Taco Bell or, God forbid, Jack in the Box.
Oh, no, not Jack in the
Those
Box.
aren't tacos. That is the furthest thing from tacos. That's Tex-Mex garbage. I have issues with Jack in the Box because I don't like their tacos. There's no seasoning. They're bland. It's gross.
Jack in the Box is for if you're like needing like a clean out and you
No, I
don't want
mean
to
there
spend
are
money
certain.
on the magnesium.
They have a couple of decent, yes, it's cardboard, Mr. Flanders. It's gross. The fact that they have, fried tacos or whatever the hell they call them, those things are disgusting. They are so freaking gross. And nobody, not even Taco Bell, I think maybe Del Taco does it. I haven't had Del Taco yet, but I've seen their menu. So, but I think Del Taco. I know that Del Taco normally has free shabakadu, but yeah. But with Del Taco, I want to say that they actually use chorizo, but
Oh,
I'm not sure. I mean, I'd rather have real tacos, real Mexican food versus, like Taco Bell. Taco Bell is just, we're on the way home and I want a trash burrito. So I'll stop and get a trash burrito from Taco Bell.
yeah. I want
Yeah.
mild sauce that's not actually mild sauce. It's just, liquid with like a pepper in
That's why I had to switch over to the hot
it.
because the hot actually gave me a little bit. Now, their Diablo or whatever the black package, yeah, screw that stuff. Yeah, that's no, no. I
Sorry.
know. I mean, at this point, I'm honestly thinking Mexican for lunch now, but real Mexican. So either the taco truck down the street that's
If
parked in
they're
front.
there.
Yeah, well, he's normally in front of the gun shop. So
Oh yeah, that one.
which yeah is God, it's the most ironic freaking thing I've ever seen in my life. I'm not going to get into the political part of
Yeah,
it,
just don't.
but
Just
the
don't.
simple fact that they allow a taco truck in front of the gun store, that's just subtle irony to me. I don't know why, but that or you just get Dos Amigos just because.
Dose is good.
Maybe it's not even first break for me.
I'm sorry.
All right, I'll stop talking about Taco
Yeah.
Bell, but yeah, how did I get on my tangent about Willie Nelson? I don't remember.
I don't know.
I don't
How did
remember.
you get on a
I don't
tangent
know,
about
but I
Willie
got on the
Nelson?
tangent about Willie Nelson and Sweet
Because
Pea.
we were talking about pirates, and pirates are awesome, and then you went on to Willie Nelson.
Ohio, that's what it was.
Ohio. Yeah.
Ohio,
Okay.
yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah.
because Eve's only been
Even.
as
Yeah.
far east as Ohio.
Yeah.
See, I've only been as far west as Texas. Texas is huge. Um, I don't remember where I used to live in Texas, but that's the furthest I've ever been.
Let's see. I've been to Texas, Wyoming, Utah, kind of up in that area, Colorado.
Utah.
I was only in the corner of Utah though. I don't really like the middle states.
Why? Because they're flat.
Yeah.
See, I lived in Kansas, and yeah, it's flat.
Well, one of the middle states keeps trying to kill me. So,
But Kansas isn't bad. It's just flat.
yeah, Kansas is too flat.
For you, you
Yeah.
can look outside and see the stoplight about a mile down.
I'm not a flatlander like you are.
Gives you a wide field of vision.
Yeah, no, you're not protected. You're out in the open.
Uh, I mean, you can see, the giant, truck that's coming down the street on the wrong side of the road from like a mile.
Yeah, and you have nowhere to go. They can chase you for miles and miles and miles and miles because you have nothing to hide behind or get behind.
Yeah, we're not talking about Nevada or Arizona where it's just desert. It's Kansas is just flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And there's miles and miles and miles of nothing but like fields and maybe one irrigation system.
Semantics.
Okay, let's go ahead and get into our next sprint.
Is there anybody else who's running after us?
Not until 12.
Okay.
From what I can.
Okay.
So we might go till 12.
Okay.
Maybe, possibly.
I haven't been called into work yet, so yeah, that should be good.
Yeah. All right. So Do not forget to hydrate. Don't forget to stretch. Don't forget to get up and move around because we have been at this for a little while.
Yeah, I'm about to do that myself.
And let's go ahead and get into our next sprint in 3, 2, 1. Get productive. All right. How did everybody do on that one? I got in 123 words and got some water and a little mandarin orange. You on top?
There's an annotated Chronicles book. I got new water and I got part of leftovers of her orange and a kind bar and got my butt rubbed and yeah, it was a good break.
I love you. You're so weird.
Uh-huh. And I got to watch her kill a bot. So yay.
Yay. Good morning, Tangible Reads. How are you? Jordan had sushi for lunch, and I am a little jelly.
Mm.
Good morning, Heather. How are you doing? And Morgan, good morning, good morning. And Jenna had to leave us because she needed to head out for some meetings. I hope that ever her day goes well, and she's telling all of us to take care.
Mm-hmm.
And I did share Devin's playlist for the day in case you want to go to other streams and still be productive after we end here. I'm thinking we're going to run until about 12 o'clock Eastern time, which is going to be another hour and about 15 minutes, a little bit over. So yeah, we'll go with there with that. I can't talk. It's all good. But yeah. So there was something I was going to share with y'all. What was it? You remember?
Mm.
While I'm trying to think, Rachel got in 232 words. Awesome. Working on those articles. Good job. Good job. Oh, yeah. I've been doing a little bit of research on not necessarily tablets, um, but some writing tools. And one was Remarkable, the other one was Books, and another one was Supernote.
Yes.
And we're thinking that we're going to go with the Supernote. Has any of y'all ever had any hands-on experience with like the Remarkable or the Supernote or anything like that? Uh, I would be interested in knowing your take on them. Now, what these guys are they're kind of like Kindle readers or like tablets, and you can't really web browse on them too well. They are mostly for productivity. It's for reading and editing or marking on like PDFs and EPUBs and documents. You can do email on them. You can draw on some of them. You can have your planner and stuff on them, especially if the planner is in like a PDF mode. Um, but that's pretty much all you can do with those. I was actually looking at the Remarkable first, and then I came across the Supernote, and the Supernote looks absolutely amazing. But I kind of wanted to see if anybody I kind of knew, out on the author tubes had any experience with any of them. But let me know. Let me know.
Out of the four, I mean, because we watched that video yesterday, I really like the Supernote for what you're going to do with it. I mean, if you were going to do any type of graphic design and you were okay with doing it on an e-ink reader or e-ink tablet, I should say, the what was it, the Kobo? I think.
Yeah, the Kobo.
Yeah, the Kobo would have won.
Yeah.
But with what you need to do with it, so it's more productivity and not distractions. Um, I would definitely go with the Supernote. And it's funny because you're crazy if you say that they hear you. No sooner than we watched those videos last night, then she starts to get ads on Facebook for Supernote. So
See, because I had actually looked at the Remarkable, because I think it was Facebook that did an ad for Remarkable that I kind of stumbled across on because I was looking at laptops, and then it popped up with the Remarkable ad on Facebook. So I started researching it, and I had one bookmarked because it seemed interesting to me, because I write in notebooks all the time. But I also am an environmentalist and I'm trying to cut back on my footprint. And while notebooks are awesome and I can fill these easily and I can keep them and all that stuff, it would be nice to have something that's not detrimental to the environment, like paper is. But
the thing with the e-ink tablets is that they are not the cheapest thing,
right,
but with like the Supernote, it's got a fantastic battery to it. It's got a very close feel from what the reviewers we've seen to actually writing with pen and paper, which is kind of nice. It translates very well, handwritten to text. There's a lot going on with those, and it's not a distraction.
Right.
Because
I was going to get a laptop, but then I got to thinking, you know, I'm still going to have access to social media. I'm still going to have access to the web and all that stuff. And then I started looking at tablets. Still got access to social media and everything that you can download on that.
That and, yeah, a bunch of tablets just straight out suck.
Right.
I mean, seriously.
They don't have any kind of protection on them or anything like that. I mean, the warranty only lasts for about a year. Now, granted, with the Supernote, I think the warranty only lasts for about a year, but from the reviews that I've read, their customer service is amazing.
Well, I mean that, and I mean with very few exceptions, I put up the Samsung Galaxy tablets, the iPads, and even some of the Asus tablets. Those are like top tier, but they're still limited.
Right.
And the architecture on them is not the greatest.
No.
So when you're trying to run custom operating systems without a decent processor, without decent RAM, and you're bottlenecked because of a lot of limitations. With this, it's straightforward. This is what you're going to do with it, and this is what you need in order to do this stuff with productivity.
Right.
So
I dropped the link in the chat just in case y'all wanted to like take a gander at it, because I know I'm kind of like talking out, and you're like, what is this? So yeah, yeah, weird hubby. It's all good. I love him. I wouldn't have him any other way.
She says that now.
We've been together for 8 years, or closer to 9. Kind of close to 9.
December's 9.
December will be 9 years.
Yeah, that's when we actually started to date.
Right. So yeah, I mean, it is what it is by now.
But we'll be married for 6 next month, so yeah. Yep. She hasn't killed me yet.
Kat says, you guys are great. Thanks. Got some brainstorming done. Awesome.
Brainstorming's good.
Yes, brainstorming is awesome. Heather tried to film a bit for your other channel. That is awesome. I hope you have some more film and can edit it and all that good stuff and get it up on your channel. It sounds interesting. Never heard of it though. Kat says, never heard of them. Awesome. Okay. All right.
Yeah, the main idea behind them is almost like there's some other ones out there too that are more geared to being a laptop that is basically a word processor only.
Right.
Because the idea is that you can use a regular computer and do stuff all day long, but there's so many ways to get distracted.
Right.
I need to look this up, and then you go down a rabbit hole, and the next thing you know, you're looking up Willie Nelson Taco Bell commercials. Um, there's lots of distractions,
Right.
and the main idea behind a e-ink tablet or even the word processor ones, I don't remember the name of them, but they are stupid expensive.
Mm.
Is that it's more for productivity versus the ability to get distracted.
Right.
So it's very limiting, which for some people that's what they need.
Mm.
Not to say squirrel or anything, but it's one of those. It's easy to get distracted.
He's saying I'm easily distracted.
No, a lot of people have squirrel moments. I have squirrel moments, especially when we drive.
Yes.
So
Yes.
it's one of those.
Where are you going? The turn was like a mile back that way.
Less distractions equals more productivity. That's the whole concept.
And another thing, what I was thinking of too, is laptops. You basically still have to have a flat surface. Yeah, you can have them in your lap and everything, but it's kind of uncomfortable. And with something like the Supernote or the Remarkable or the Kobo or the books or something like that, it's basically like holding a notebook. And you can do a lot. You can sit out on your porch and not necessarily have a table and kind of have it in your lap or kind of like hold it in your arm and write. So that was another thing that attracted me to it too. So yeah, saying a lot of ums. Heather says, I have a similar environmental related guilt. I wish they made more planners, especially happy planners, which are more eco friendly. Exactly. Because I think happy planners is about the only one that you can recycle. The other planners that I've looked at, like the ones that you can pick up at Barnes and Noble, you can technically tear out all the paper and recycle them, but that's only if you hadn't put a lot of stickers on there because some of the stickers aren't recyclable. But then you still have like the metal wiring or even, well, ones like this, you can do the cardboard as long as the area that you're in does the recycle the, what do they call it? Painted cardboard
Mm-hmm.
or glossy cardboard, something like that, because some areas still don't recycle the glossy cardboard. So yeah, I think these are okay, and that's the reason why I buy a lot of these is they're because they're like the Office Depot hardcover jumbo notebooks because they are literally cardboard and paper, and that's it. You got a ribbon, and you can take the ribbon out, but that's only after you transfer everything over and you're okay with throwing it away or I mean recycling it or whatever. Even using more recycled paper would be good. Yes, exactly. So many distractions. Wait, squirrel, where?
When we're driving, I'm like Doug from Up.
Mm.
I'll talk, and it's like, wait, I should have turned. Crap, where are we going? Why are you driving toward work? We're going the opposite direction.
Yeah.
Because it's built into me. I go this way.
Yeah. It's almost like habit the way he drives. It's so weird. Heather says can't put anything on my lap. I have bad circulation in my. See, there's another reason too because if you're holding something in your lap for so long, and we as writers we write for like an hour or 2 hours at a time before we even think about getting up and getting more water or having to use a bathroom or something like that. So laptops can be heavy. Uh, One of my last laptops was it 12 pounds? The big Dell.
No. Was it? No.
Yeah, the big silver one, the clunky one.
Wow, maybe.
I think it was 12 pounds, and I
Oh.
had that at college, and I was sitting with it in my lap at all times, and I think that might have caused a lot of my leg issues. But yeah, and that's why, yes, paper stickers, those are awesome, but yeah, they're kind of hard to find.
Mm-hmm.
They really are. And I know like I use a lot of sticky notes because whenever I'm writing in here, I like to give myself notes, especially if I write something down in like the latest story and I know I need to change it in book one from what I wrote down here. I'll write a little sticky note and put like a little tab on it. So you can see I have sticky notes in here. And also, when I'm writing different stories on here, I'll have a sticky note depicting, like bookmarking, where I wrote, say, Isekai Detective versus I'm No Hero Book 2. Bookmark them like that. So yeah, there's a lot of stuff. And another thing with the Supernote, you can have different files on there and pull up the different files. So that's like technically a different notebook in one.
Bookmarks and headers. There's all kinds of really cool
Right.
stuff.
So yeah, you can format it, and they do editing marks. So you can edit your work on the Supernote. So yeah, I don't know.
Supernote, you need to sponsor us. Give us a free one so we can review it.
Right. Oh goodness. Kat says I use a Bluetooth keyboard on my tiny lap desk. It's comfy and I don't need to see what I'm typing. 3M stickies are recyclable. Yes, they are. Which I love those. I love those. I need to get some more.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, and I think with the Supernote you can attach a Bluetooth keyboard.
Yes. I know that he mentioned that you can on the Kobo.
Now you can on the Kobo, I know for sure. You can't on the Remarkable.
Right. I think
But
you can on the Supernote.
I think
I'd have to
you can
double
on the
check.
Supernote too.
Because I have to double check. I think the pins are Bluetooth.
Yeah.
And I know that the Supernote is Bluetooth 5.0.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see a reason why you couldn't, unless because the reviews that we saw are right. It's using a portion of Android architecture anyway.
Yeah.
So you should be able to do that. Just a matter of finding a good keyboard.
Right.
And a stand.
Right. Yes, editing marks. I saw that and that was like the number one impress mark right there.
There's a lot of really cool stuff with it.
Yeah.
So, like I said, distraction free. Distraction free is good.
Yeah. And according to some of the reviewers that we watched here on YouTube, their customer service is so responsive that they are always updating the Supernote to have like apps or updates that the reviewers suggest.
Now, there's a couple of like qualms with it. You can do emails, but you have to initially set up the IMAP and the SMTP servers.
Yeah.
But that's almost any device nowadays.
Right.
Especially if it's a secondary thing.
Which is why I have him, because he knows all the techie stuff, and
Kat brings up a good point about if it'll import-export from Scrivener. So the way that this thing runs is it uses, like I said, Android architecture.
Mm-hmm.
So if it's something that I would assume would have access to an Android version of that app and they have it open, I don't see why it wouldn't. But I don't know. We don't have it. It's just something we've seen.
I don't know if it does Scrivener in particular. I do know you can do DocX in PDF
and Google Docs.
And Google Docs. Mm-hmm. So if you import your Scrivener files into one of those, then you can definitely do it. But I don't know if you can run Scrivener on it just yet. I was going to actually search for that today to see if anybody had downloaded Scrivener on it, or if it will work with a Scrivener doc on there. So when I find out something, or even when I get it, because I'm probably going to purchase this thing, and I will try it. And as soon as I know something, I'll let you know somehow.
It's gonna be a
Whether
few
it's in
months,
a
but yeah.
yeah, it will be a few months. So stay tuned. I'll probably be doing a review or even talk a little bit about it on one of my videos as soon as I get back to making videos. So yeah,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, going from Google Docs is easy enough. Exactly. Right. So, because I've imported a lot of my work from Scrivener into Google Docs and into Word just so I have it in multiple places at the same time because it scares me still to have all of my work in one place. So,
There might
yeah,
be an extra couple steps, but there's probably a way to do it.
there probably is going to be a way to do it. Even if we have to break something to do it, we'll
Mm-hmm.
probably figure out a way because yeah, we're like that.
So, but yeah,
But yeah, it just looks like Supernote was made with writers in mind. So I was kind of hoping that somebody out there had one in their hands and could tell me if it was great or if it was like, it still has some bugs or whatever. Wait to buy it or whatnot. But
I don't
awesome,
know. We watched another review of the same guy yesterday, and he compared it directly to the Remarkable, and it was like this just does so much more. Granted, that review was from a year ago,
right?
so it's just a matter of finding more current reviews.
Mm-hmm.
So I do have a non Super Note related thing.
Hmm.
So this one right here made a Discord for beta and alpha readers and all that
Yeah.
fun stuff. And I have been told that I needed to put stuff in said Discord. So I am in said Discord and didn't really do much yet. My question is if anybody is in here that is in said Discord, I know that there is a thing that you fill out that you created for like trigger warning and page count and word count,
Mm-hmm.
etc., etc., etc. None of my stuff is finished. Nothing is complete. Everything is incomplete. Some things are literally here's a whole bunch of stuff that runs in chronological order, and then here's some crap that I've written because it goes in there somewhere. So, my question for those who are in the Discord, because I am curious about how others interpret my little bit of work, is that if you wanted to read incomplete work, or if you would rather wait for it to be complete.
Well, that can be for anybody.
Mm-hmm.
So say somebody's looking for a beta reader, would you mind reading something that's incomplete? Or would you rather it be complete and beta read then? Well, me personally, if somebody is stuck on something and they need help like finishing it or need the direction that they need to go, like a suggestion or something like that, I don't mind reading an incomplete work. That's just me though. Everybody else might be different.
Mm-hmm. That's why I wanted to propose it before I did anything, because like I have one that has not had any progress on it in going on almost 10 years.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't want to abandon it. I just haven't had the motivation to work on it.
Mm-hmm. Heather wouldn't mind.
Okay.
Yeah, the price is right on the Super Note. It's way cheaper than like an iPad, which
Especially a
is
good iPad.
one what I was looking at too. And yeah,
No, Apple's trash.
yeah, I know,
I don't
but
personally like Apple's ecosphere. I
mm,
never have. I like that it's one that works well where you have a document, it works on all formats. I am very appreciative of that. I don't like how it doesn't play nice with others. I still am not a fan of their DRM practices, even to this day. I don't like how everything is pushed to be on the cloud, blah, blah, blah. I'm not a fan of that. So, um, that's not saying that iPads are all bad. There's a lot of really good stuff on iPads. I also am not a fan of how this is just a dig on Apple in general. How especially on the phones and the phones in particular. Oh, we got this new feature. Android's had it for about 4 years now. So yeah, and it's like it's a big gigantic freaking deal. I I like the customization of Android and Windows, but I'll give Apple one thing: they make stuff that actually lasts in an operating system that doesn't corrupt itself after a couple of years.
Right.
So yeah,
Yeah, Apple has good points and Android has good points too.
I
So
just don't want to own any Apple products
So yeah.
because you pay partially for the logo.
Yeah.
I'm not a fan of that.
Yeah. Heather says for folks who are stuck, yes.
Mhm.
Because she can relate to this so much.
Yes, I definitely do.
Yeah. And she has an iPad and she does some things on there.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, I mean it's not bad. What they do with the pen is fantastic. You can do some really cool stuff on an iPad. I have an iPad for work. Yeah, the less I say about that, the better.
That's fine.
Yeah.
All right, so this is the Uniting Beta Readers and Authors Discord that we were talking about or that we mentioned. So if you want to join and you want to sign up to be a beta reader or alpha reader for somebody who has already posted up their work or their need for a beta reader or alpha reader, then go right ahead. You can also post up your ideas. And we do have like a general chat and some other chats there that you can talk to others that are part of the Discord. Where, if you are stuck and you want to kind of hash it out, or if you have an idea but you need some more ideas to actually make it into a novella or a novel, then yeah, feel free to join. We're all friendly there. I actually need to check the Discord because it's been a little while. So yeah. Okay. You want to get into another sprint?
Sure.
Sure.
I'm gonna have to get up though. My butt hurts. So.
TMI. TMI.
No, well, I fell at work a few years ago, and I have still probably either cracked or bruised tailbone. So yeah, sitting in a chair like this for a while hurts.
Hello, hello, hello. Good time zone. Hope you're doing well. All right. No, I am a writer. Well, that's technically an artist, but I am a writer. And he's a writer too.
A little bit, a little bit.
A little bit. All right. So, do not forget to stretch. Do not forget to eat if you have some rumblies in the tumblies. And do not forget to hydrate because hydration is important. It helps the brain work. And let's go ahead and get started in our next 20-minute sprint in 3, 2, 1. Get productive. All right. How did everybody do on that one? I got distracted looking at the Supernote website. I haven't found where anybody has used Scrivener yet on any of the reviews or anything. So, yeah, it might be something that's coming, but I did link where they have some things in the works. They have a Trello account that they've made public so you can see what they're working on as far as updates go for the Supernote. And I did not see anything with Scrivener in it yet. But
Lots of Google stuff.
there's a ton of Google stuff.
And they have it so you can sideload apps through USB.
Right.
So if you know how to sideload on a Android device, then that should be doable.
Right. So Rachel sent me a map for her stuff or her book that I'm beta reading right now, and yeah, it's awesome. Margaret joined us. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Margaret's a little bit warmer than what she wants to be, but hopefully you can stay on the cooler side. Let's see, it's 8:30, so we're not hot yet. Yeah, yeah. I yeah. Warm mornings are no gusta. Warmer than you enjoy. Oh, so we okay. I've been doing research on some like iPads and writing tools that aren't necessarily like the keyboards and stuff. Like Remarkable, Supernote is one of them, Kobo is another one, and Books is another one. So I was seeing if Scrivener, you can actually use Scrivener on the Supernote because that's the one that I'm leaning more towards, or that we're leaning more towards to purchasing. Because the idea of having a laptop is great and all, but it's still distractible, it's still a little heavy,
Distracting.
and you still kind of need a flat surface with a laptop in order to work because having it in your lap can cause some leg problems and stuff. So we were looking at the Supernote because a lot of the reviews on Supernote are good. And it seems like their customer service is awesome and all that good stuff. So, yeah, Supernote might be the way to go. You can write on it. They have a handwriting to text conversion and all that good stuff. So, yeah, I was just seeing if Scrivener happens to be on it yet. No worries. Looking okay. Awesome. Let's see. Lauren is on Sunday, and then I can circle back. Awesome. All right. Yeah, very useful. Um, I haven't seen anybody in the AuthorTube community using the Supernote or even mentioning like the Remarkable or the Kobo or the Books or anything like that. I've seen a lot of people using iPads and of course Macs and whatnot. This might be a game changer, maybe, for some of our fellow author tubers.
Especially if you have somebody like you who would rather handwrite
Yeah.
than type, and it does the auto translation.
See, this, while I love this, I love my notebooks. I have a ton of notebooks. I actually use my notebooks. I still feel guilty because, it's paper and environment. And yeah. Also, this is not my planner. So I have to have this plus my planner plus everything else. And I'm kind of looking for something that can hold everything in one where I'm not killing more trees.
Margaret hit the nail on the head right there. So
let's see, hold on, let's do Heather's first. I took a brain break and brushed my dog. Yay! Meant to do it when we came in, but I got to watching. Oh, thank you, Heather. Margaret, I was distracted by the Remarkable, but I just do not want something that requires a subscription. Exactly. Mm-hmm. That was the other thing about the Remarkable that just really turned me off is the fact that you have to have a subscription. So far in all of our research, the Supernote, you do not have to have a subscription other than to the certain apps that you might load on it. Say like, I don't even know. Well,
I mean, Google Cloud Space. I mean, I can see that.
you might have to subscribe to that depending on how much you have on the Google Cloud.
Mm-hmm.
So that was a big turnoff for Remarkable for me. Kobo, the Kobo one, I don't think you had to. What is it called? Kobo Nook, Kobo something.
I don't remember what they call the new Kobo.
Yeah, but anyway, I don't think you had to have a subscription for it. You didn't have to have a subscription for the Books one, which is Boox. For those of you interested in, looking it up. But the Supernote, there's no subscription, and Discord sound.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, that's one of the things that kind of has me leaning more towards Supernote. It is pretty. And I also just saw on their website, because like I said, I've been kind of looking and researching and everything. One of their folios is actually recyclable. So that's amazing to me. I'm going to be getting that type of folio with my Supernote whenever I do purchase it. And as soon as I purchase it, I will be doing a review on it, so y'all will know.
Me on my little bit of a break, I saw the Embracer Group bought a whole bunch of crap today. So yeah, Embracer Group is a gigantic conglomerate that in the video game world has been buying up either smaller studios that are starting to make a name for themselves, or are picking up older IPs. Like they just recently picked up Crystal Dynamics and Eidos, the people who do the Tomb Raider games. They picked up THQ Nordic a couple of years ago. They bought Dark Horse Comics. Today's acquisition was a whole bunch of stuff, but they bought Limited Run Games, which is a small physical release company here in North Carolina, and they bought Middle Earth Enterprises,
which is the media portion of the Tolkien
sphere,
family sphere,
yes.
Whatever you want to say it. Yeah, not the books, but the media portion.
Yep. So movies, games, all that stuff is now owned by this giant conglomerate. It's starting to look like a monopoly. So yeah.
Yeah. No, I'm just warm and not hot. Hey Maggie, hope you're doing well. Rachel says sick of subscriptions. Yeah.
Every time I turn around, it's subscription.
Right. The internet has been out since last. Oh no! I hope everything gets settled and you can have power at least. Internet you can, but yeah, I hope the power just stays on and is no longer iffy for you.
It's because I sat on the bed.
Right.
Sorry, your sleep number is pumping up. So.
Thank you for watching the replay, and like I said, I hope everything gets better, gets settled for you. Everybody's saying hi to Maggie and hoping things that get better. Let's see. Fingers crossed for stable power. Exactly. Yes. Very much so.
Stable power is a good thing.
Yeah. It always kind of scares me when conglomerates kind of purchase things. But at the same time, it could be... We've seen a lot of good things with that too, though. Sort of. Maybe.
With this one, since they've had Dark Horse for a while, and all things with Dark Horse, they're still putting out
Dark
stuff.
Horse is a comic company.
Yeah.
For those of you that might not know.
They used to be considered indie, but sorry, they're one of the big six now. Because as far as comics go, everybody thinks that it's the big two, Marvel and DC.
But Dark Horse is like a really close...
Oh no, you got Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, IDW, and I kind of put Boom and Dynamite in the same vein. So, but I mean that's the big six. Yeah, Marvel, DC, Image, Dark Horse, IDW, and Boom / Dynamite. I put those in the same category. So I call it the big six.
I think something happened with Light Storm or something. Yeah, we've been having a lot of pop-up storms, which is summertime, so that's kind of normal for our area. But yeah, let's see. Just watch Robert.
Oh, Robert Reich. Robert Reich is fantastic. He's a hell of a nice guy too. I kind of met Robert online through a mutual friend of ours a few years back, and I love watching any video that he puts out because it's basically a no bullshit explanation
Yeah.
on why things like this are not a good idea. So yeah, I absolutely adore 99% of the stuff Robert puts out.
Yeah. And it shows that he actually does his research too, unlike some of the others that are kind of doing similar things where they just, spout off. Hate subscription because it doesn't feel like you can buy anything anymore. Right. Right. Um, does Tor do graphic novels?
I'll be honest, I am not 100% sure since Tor kind of split off into like 7 different things now.
Yeah,
I'm not entirely. Yes, they actually do have a graphic novel / manga subsidiary.
Interesting.
Or at least they did. Oh, they're the ones who did Vampire Bond.
Yep.
Okay, I had no and Gunslinger Girl. I had no idea that was Tor.
Huh. I thought that was Dark Horse. I honestly thought that was Dark Horse.
No, I had no idea that was Tor. Wow.
Yeah. Okay. Oh, Margaret, this is my husband Gonzo. His actual name is Robert, but everybody calls him Gonzo. So yeah.
I tell people it's Gonzo like the Muppet, but I'm just a really big Hunter S. Thompson fan. Yeah. But I like the Muppets too, so it kind of works out.
Yeah. And he's kind of been joining me on some of the live streams where he can, where he's not working and stuff. So yeah, he's going to make a kind of a regular appearance. And he has vast amounts of knowledge in this brain, more than I have in mine, because he can actually recall it, whereas I cannot recall it.
Yeah, but then I can't remember the drive to my grandmother's house anymore.
Oh my gosh. Yeah. Yes, yeah, it's all good. Big Agri is also monopolies. Yes, it is. Mm-hmm. Everything is a monopoly now, even though we're still not supposed to have monopolies.
There's only really like 7 companies out there. Most of them are subsidiaries and split offs of that. I mean,
yeah, they find a way around it. So yeah. Finished morning pages, grabbed fresh coffee, and did some planning. Awesome, Cat. Way to go. Yes, exactly. And I like putting things from handwriting into a Word document just because that's like a first round of edits. You go from like draft 0 to draft 1, or from draft 1 to draft 2, however you want to place it, whether you do the Kate Kavanaugh way or another. But yeah, that's like basically my first round of edits, is taking it from Notebook into Word or Google Docs or even Scrivener. So yeah, totally magging the whole economy, but I've been reading more closely about these two. Yeah. Hey, gone through his right.
Easy to remember.
Control the food and the medicine and the tech, and you control the people. Exactly. Unscrupulous business people discovered this centuries ago, but they called it the company store, right? Yeah. There's just pharma and insurance companies and how they are all bought into each other, and the doctor. They're not called conglomerates, but they're called something else. What is it?
No, they basically are.
They are basically conglomerates, but they call themselves something else.
The thing with that one, that goes in the fact that, at least in this country, the thing, like, there's no reason why the black box should exist.
Right.
So the black box is kind of a pseudonym for a database that every hospital and medical provider and pharmaceutical company and pharmacy have access to, that is basically a list of the maximum amount that a particular insurance company is willing to pay for X thing.
Yeah.
So, and they've done a lot of research on this. I want to say Robert Reich actually did a video or an article about this as well, where you can go to, because I know they did it on NPR. The there you can go to two different hospitals in the exact same city, get the exact same procedure done, and it costs you a vastly different dollar amount, because one will pay the maximum amount, will charge you the maximum amount that the insurance company is willing to pay for, and the other one will charge you what they believe the services are worth.
Yeah.
So it's one of those, it's a money making scheme, and it sucks. The healthcare system in the United States is terrible. They call it a black box, but it's just basically a database.
Right. Um, the will of perpetual waiting.
Mhm.
Yeah. It's kind of
Conglomerate is honestly the best way to kind of
yeah.
put it.
What a lot of hospitals around here call themselves is like networks. They have the doctor network, and you know how Duke will work with Chapel Hill, and vice versa, and so they usually use the term network
Or healthcare systems or
or
something.
healthcare system. Yes. So
Yeah.
yeah, yeah. Um, Margaret says, yes, why I keep relying on my superhero power vitamins to keep me out of the whole dang system. Exactly. As long as you can do that, do it, because it's a mess. My hubby knows all about the stupid healthcare insurance company. He's been working with providers and health insurance companies for 26 years.
Mhm.
Yeah. I lasted technically 5 years in the medical field in one form or another. I was going to be a paramedic at one point in time, and I got through basic, and I had to work on somebody I knew, and I got out of that because that was just way too much. But then I went into pharmacy, and I was studying to be a pharmacy tech, and the fact that a person has to have a medicine in order to survive. Period. No ifs, ands, or buts. They have to have it to survive in this world. And the insurance company will not cover it. I mean, isn't that what they're there for? This person has paid hundreds upon hundreds of dollars each year to have this insurance that will help them pay for their medication or help them survive
That's
with
because
their
you did it to
medications.
yourself.
Yeah,
That's exactly what it is. You
yeah.
did that yourself, but we'll pay for methadone.
Yeah, and they'll pay for the cocos. Hold on. Um,
Hydrocodone.
hydrocodone, oxycodone,
Oh, they'll pay
all
for
the
those.
cocos, because that's what we tended to call them, because people eat them like cocoa puffs.
Mm-hmm.
Um, they would pay for those, no questions asked usually, except maybe one or two times
Because
out of a month.
they make money out of sick people.
They make money because cocos keep you sick. They keep you addicted. They keep you broken. That's all. That's what they're
It's
made
not
for.
pain management, it's
Yeah,
pain masking.
yeah. It's pain masking basically. While it's good for a while, you need pain management systems in place for certain things. They just keep you broken. They keep
Mm-hmm.
you addicted. So yeah, we call them cocos. Um, but insurances have no problems paying for that because it leads to other medications needing to be bought in order to, one, um, get you pulled off of the addiction, because the same companies that make these addictive drugs also make the drugs that will flush your system out.
Yeah, it's a cycle.
Right. Also, the damage to the liver and the kidneys that the cocos do, the companies make the medications to help alleviate that pain or
Mm-hmm.
that uh, system. So, yeah, it, yeah, and, soapbox. Sorry, I'll get started. Yeah, step off. But that's the reason why I'm no longer a pharmacy tech either. Uh, HIPAA only applies to the public and not to medical care, medicine costs, or insurance coverage. Yes. I was turned down for a procedure because I had a stroke, but I had not told them I had a stroke. Yeah, yeah. That in of itself is like, okay, so you're supposed to remember every single little thing that you had from birth to now and to put on your medical records, and for the insurance company to actually look at your medical records to do research on you on whether or not they're going to cover you. um, Fun fact, some of the insurance companies do not even look at medical records past 5 years, but when you need them to cover something that happened to you because of something that happened 10 years ago, they won't cover it because you didn't disclose it to them, even though they have your medical records. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I used to complain all the time too. Um,
Yeah, see with that,
mhm,
it doesn't look like at the moment, at least in the initial reports, that that's going to affect a lot of things. Like they're still saying that the 2024 animated movie is still going to be okay. The Amazon show is going to be okay,
mhm,
and that any of the games are still going to be okay. I mean, they ended up buying Fantasy Flight Games, which used to own, if I remember right, a Lord of the Rings license for one of their games. Because Fantasy Flight, for the longest time, had a whole bunch of stuff, including Star Wars.
yeah,
So hopefully, they're just buying it to make money and not buying it to screw it up.
yeah. Keep your fingers crossed. I mean, yes, anybody who's in any kind of medical field needs
Mm-hmm.
good therapy.
Mm-hmm.
My husband wanted to be a paramedic for a long time. Yeah, it's an awesome job. It takes magical people to be paramedics. It takes magical people to be doctors that actually care for
Mm-hmm.
you. It takes magical people to be a nurse that actually cares and does not get burned out.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's there. I've been lucky enough in my family, I should say, like with the passing of my mom last year. There was a hospice care that we used, and those people made the transition from her being as sick as she was to her death, and to afterwards us going through the grief. um Amazing.
Yes.
I will. They are amazing people. I've never met nicer, more knowledgeable people, and super super excellent at handling grief and people that are going through even like the different stages of grief, the anger, the denial, and everything like that. They were absolutely gorgeous people, and they were angels. So there are still people that care. There are still people in the medical field that can actually move in the right direction. It's just big pharma
Mm-hmm.
um, kills it for a lot of them. I was a patient advocate for the UNC Cancer Center for a few years and moved to Duke to supervise customer service, but I was disgusted with both insurance and the healthcare systems. Yeah. It's such a big employer because it's so self perpetuating.
Mm-hmm.
Exactly. Um, you get on one, and just like my dad, he's of an age where he has to have medications for just about anything in his body systems. So his blood pressure medicine causes leg cramps, so he has to have medication for leg cramps. He has to take vitamins for leg cramps and stuff like that. His cholesterol medication causes um,
High blood pressure.
my brain just went blank. So yeah, I mean it's just
It's a never-ending cycle,
it's
is
a
what
never
it
ending
is.
cycle. Yeah. We paid 830 a month for 3 months out of pocket to get my youngest migraine injectable to prove it worked because she was under 18. The insurance wasn't willing to cover it, but they would cover her hospitalizations up to 8 days for migraines. Yeah, because they could give her all of her medications while she was in the hospital and make money off of that because they build that to you.
Mm-hmm.
Plus, the hospital, which they are affiliated with, could charge you for the bed. They could charge you for all the doctor care, the nurse care, all the everything. I mean, yeah. Kevin has a lot of back pain but refuses to take the cocos. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He doesn't want to get addicted to those, and I don't blame him.
See,
It's a very rare person that doesn't get addicted to those.
my dad was able to take the cocos and not get addicted because he had legitimate pain.
Hmm.
And it wasn't, oh, well, it started off as something for pain and then it weaned down. He was always in pain.
Yeah.
So that's the only reason, but that's a rare case.
Hmm.
Monopoly. Kind of like vibology. That's the only way I could really sing that. Monopoly.
Yeah, electronic medical records. Love it. If your older medical records are even electronic now.
Mm-hmm. Yep, their goal is to deny as much as possible.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Yeah. That disclosure loophole sounds like the IRS gotcha. Yeah, we know, but do you know? Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
exactly. And that's how insurances are. If they take the time to look, period.
Was that your stomach?
That was my stomach. Thanks for pointing that out.
Oh, I heard it. They probably heard it too.
I hope not. But yeah. What was I saying? Squirrel.
Medical records.
Medical records. Yeah. Yeah. We know, but do you know? Yeah. Do you remember? Because we can serve you some ginkgo biloba because our company makes it too.
Mm-hmm.
What's really bad is your records get mixed up with somebody else's records. Exactly.
Or they just don't put the right orders in
Yeah.
your file.
Or they don't even exist.
Yeah.
There's a 5-year span where my records don't exist. The only record that I have is my vaccination record, and within that 5 years, and that's because Mom had it in that little red booklet that looks like a passport, a Russian passport at that. So that's the only medical record that I have in that 5-year span. So yeah, my therapist did not mean I was at risk for bleeding, but they still refused to do, yeah, for an, yeah, yeah, yeah.
Bullshit.
See, and they probably did that because they're like crossing their fingers that you will get cancer at some point in time because of that, and then they will deny you coverage for that and therefore get more money.
She mentioned the net.
Yes.
That movie's terrible.
But
I mean the precedent in it is kind of correct. But yeah, that movie's absolutely terrible.
Yeah, coming and couldn't handle the.
Although if you go back to the net, if you watch that, I mean, how many times have we used DoorDash or Grubhub or Domino's app or whoever to order from the internet to order food? So yeah, that movie was forward looking for sure, but for an actual film, it was terrible.
Yeah. My brother was a paramedic well, technically he still is, but he's on the teaching side of it now more than the active side. Hold on, math. My brother is 11 years older than me, so the idea of me having to figure out how many years he was a paramedic, an active paramedic. He was also in the rescue squad and a fireman too. He works down in Georgia, right up above Atlanta, and sometimes in Atlanta. So he sees all the things. And he became one of the things too because his truck, he fell asleep while going to work one day and he hit a culvert and his truck became a lawn dart because it went up in the air and then down on its nose, and then and he left with needing only 2 stitches in his head because he forgot to brace himself before he let his seatbelt go, and the glass embedded in his head a little bit. So yeah, my
That
brother's
that would explain
yeah.
a lot.
My brother is 6'4", and he was in a Toyota Tacoma when this happened. And the Toyota is it saved his life, because if I'd saw that truck before I saw him, I would have thought that he died. But yeah, there's a lot of blood and gore in that. He was a paramedic for nearly 30 years. So yeah, yeah, the Net is highly recommend the Net. It's a trashy movie. It's a despicable movie. It doesn't make any sense, and it did not hold up well throughout the years. But I still like it.
I mean, the thing with that though is that it follows under the Hollywood guise of this is what you can do on and with computers connected to the internet.
Mhm.
And it's the same thing of CSI enhance. Zoom into that part right there. Now reverse it. Turn over to the side. Enhance. Blade Runner started that shit, but they still do it even to this day. And it's like they expect Hollywood's perception of what you can do on computers versus what they put out there. Law and Order is just as bad. CSI is just as bad. Every single one of these shows has made it where you can do anything on a computer.
Mhm. Yeah.
Not quite.
Oh, Person of Interest. I love that show too. People didn't think of it as sci-fi then, but it was, and much sci-fi. Yeah, 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 yeah. the net was fun. So ironic we're discussing this and hubby's not working, but he's literally at the office today. Aw. Person of interest. Or let's see, person.
Oh,
I think it was on Netflix. Look it up.
I
You
am.
got it.
Yep,
We'll
I'm
figure
looking.
it out. Modern medicine is about treating symptoms and side effects, not treating the underlying conditions or true ailments. Exactly. Plus, they want to build on the ailments and the side effects so that they can keep medicating you.
It's on HBO Max.
Okay, so Person of Interest is on HBO Max still.
Mm-hmm.
Um, Medical company in North Carolina. Oh, okay. Yeah, Rachel and I both are. Rachel, are you still in North Carolina, or are you in Georgia now? I can't remember. Yeah, but yeah, we're in North Carolina. We're totally getting flagged from.
See, because she said that, the next time I'm on the stream, I'm going to wear my Communist Party shirt. So just because it's got, Stalin, Mao,
Now we're definitely flagged because he's
yeah,
naming off all the
it's
things.
got the big four, and then I think Che's on there, and they all have red cups in their hands. So it's
Yeah.
Communist Party.
Yeah. We're writers. If we're not flagged for something on some government list, then we're doing it
Seditious
wrong.
talk.
HBO,
HBO,
Apple
Apple
TV.
TV,
Okay.
HBO.
Oh, it's on YouTube too. Okay.
Okay.
All right. Um, I just want to tell people as much as possible the doctors, nurses, clinics, and hospitals are not always correct. Please be your own advocate, especially when it comes to insurance charges and your own medical health. I don't know how many people told my sister that nothing was wrong with her, and by the time she actually got somebody to listen to her, the tumor that was in her stomach was the size of a grapefruit. So, if you feel that something is wrong, make them run tests and look at the tests yourself, or have somebody get copies of them, have somebody that you trust that is in the medical field look at them, because if you feel like something is wrong, something somewhere is probably wrong. I did watch the net recently and still liked it. It points out all sorts of vulnerabilities. Yeah.
There are vulnerabilities. It's just, yeah, it falls under my previous statement. Yep, yep. That's why I love it when people talked about, oh, if I get the jab, I'm going to put a chip in me. You have an iPhone. What do you think that they do with this?
Why are they going to waste more money that they're not going to make anything off of to put a tracking device in a shot that you possibly may or may not get, when You got this.
You walk around with a supercomputer in your pocket, for God's sake.
Maybe I can find it in a library. Yeah, that would
Library.
be a good, yeah. His Dark Materials. Oh wow.
Was that already out? I didn't realize it
Yeah,
was out already.
yeah. So there are a lot around here. Yeah, there are a lot of medical employers in North Carolina, especially when you get into the Triangle, the Raleigh, Durham, Chapel Hill area. Dear FBI agent, but we were just grumpy riders, not dismissed. Thank you.
Ew, Gastonia.
Shut up.
Ew. Ew.
So Gastonia is like 45 minutes away from us. Um,
Ew.
I have family in Gastonia. Well, step family in Gastonia.
Their Ollie's is trash.
That's their
Ew. So I had to go work in Gastonia for my job for like 2 days. And the second day, I left a little bit early and went to Ollie's, which if you don't know what Ollie's is, it's kind of a discount store. It's very akin to Big Lots, but they get a lot of really awesome books in. I bought a lot of high dollar graphic novels and hardcovers and omnibuses for stupid cheap. So there was one in Gastonia, and I decided to go to that Ollie's to see what they had. They didn't have anything I needed, by the way. But I got out my car. I hadn't even parked yet. And I saw a freaking fight in the parking lot. So it's like, yeah, that embodies Gastonia in a whole. Ooh, Gastonia.
CSI is police procedural sci-fi.
Pretty much.
Yeah. It's the identity stealing part that was scarily. Yes. The electronic record is held up as a word of God, but can be manipulated. Yeah. Yeah, we don't use floppies anymore. Oh, the days of floppies.
Sailor Moon stopped the world with a floppy.
Yeah, Novent is let's see, what does Gastonia have? Novent, they have a Duke hospital too, don't they?
I think it might be. I think there might be some Duke Life Point things. I know there's Nuvant there because I saw that.
We hardly ever go down to Gastonia. We usually just go to Charlotte because Charlotte has everything.
Yes.
If we're going down that direction.
Yes.
The cocos are on my allergy list, so they won't even be suggested. Good. Well, I mean,
love the cocoa.
Like I said, if used properly, they do feel a need. But for the most part, there are other drugs out there that aren't as addictive and aren't as,
See,
that you can use.
This all started because I mentioned a conglomerate bought out Limited Run and Middle Earth Enterprises. And we've been talking about the horrors of the American healthcare system.
Hey, it's Justin Drew. How are you? Welcome to the soapbox. And we were supposed to sign off 9 minutes ago.
Oh, well.
It's okay.
It'll be all right.
Because 42 hours. Yeah. We need to add some chat about coffee and cats to divert attention from our chat.
It's a really good strategy.
Oh, for cat.
Yeah, I think that was for cat.
Okay, let me see if I can. Here we go. Like clicky things. So there's cats. Oh, Maggie beat me to it again.
Of course.
Maggie with the links. I'm getting like Devin with the links. And say Heather says, yes, if you feel like something any medical staff said is not right. Yeah, I'm so glad I didn't ignore my gut feeling when I was told I was too young to get breast cancer. You're never too young to get cancer. I don't know why doctors think that. Well, I do know why, but at the same time, they need to run tests.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, just period. Finally, have reloaded Kobo onto the old iPad and managed to log in. Yay! My brother has said something. What?
Gastonia is cute. No, it's not.
Guess
The cat's name are Stalin, Lenin, and Gorby. Yes.
They are anti-communist because they won't share food.
Yes, that's what we're talking about. Absolutely.
Bean is an undecided voter.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, y'all. Like I said, if we as writers, if we're not on some kind of list in some government agency,
I've been on a list most
whatever,
of my life.
Then we're just doing it wrong.
I knew I was on a government list the day that I bought Mein Kampf in college because I just wanted to read it. It had nothing to do with political views. I just wanted to see exactly what was written in there, and then I got halfway through, and it's like, this dude's crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I know it was written by Adolf Hitler, but it's like, he is insane. How the hell did he get elected?
Oh, the Kindle is going good. I haven't taken the time to write as much as I wanted to or planned to this last week. I was still kind of just feeling a little under the weather. But I am on chapter 9. So, yeah. You hear my stomach?
Yes, I hear it.
Yes. Yes, you wins. You wins. They don't care for many other aspects of that town.
There's a really cool ice cream place right beside the job that I worked at. It's near the Target. I forget the name of it, but that place is busy and it looks like it's got a really good menu.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Yeah, Gastonia is Gastonia.
Yeah.
Had cancer at 20. I should be dead. Still not dead. Had a stroke at 45. Should be dead. Still not dead. Yes, you're going to keep on living. You're going to keep on writing books and kicking ass. Because, yeah.
The cats talk about Mao all the time.
She believes that cats share their food with her.
See, your cat's a communist.
How do I have time to write with a full-time job? I make it. So here's what I do. I do the HB90 method where I have time blocks for everything. And I schedule those time blocks loosely because of the way I am. I can't have anything set in stone because it gives me anxiety.
Mm-hmm.
So I schedule writing when I can. Usually whenever I get off work, I eat, I head in here, I get on the computer, I do lessons, I do writing, and I do editing. And whether or not it's lessons first, it usually is because I'm still trying to get from the work brain into the creative brain. Then I just go from there. Sometimes I get writing done, sometimes it's more editing, sometimes I just do more lessons, or I work on videos, or I work on ideas and write them down. It just you just gotta do it. You Even though I'm tired some days, I still push myself to do something that is creative related. If I'm feeling a little under the weather like I have been, I give myself a break because sometimes your body needs to heal, and that's its way of telling you, hey, you got to take a break. Otherwise, you're going to work yourself into sickness, and that's not good because you won't be writing anyway. Right? Right. And since you have just started your job, I think this week or maybe last week, then yeah, give yourself a little bit of leeway. You're still adjusting to something that's brand new, that's been introduced into your environment, and you're going to need time to assess it and calculate how you're going to work. Your body's still getting used to waking up of a morning that early in the morning too. So give yourself time to adjust. Because yeah, If I registered all my cats, goats, dogs, birds, and bees, then I could have won the last governor election. Oh wait, they couldn't pay me to be governor. Yeah, don't do it. Don't go that route. I just got a call. We were going to have another 6 hour blackout. Oh gosh, I am so sorry. Hopefully it won't last the 6 hours, but knowing,
Go make coffee now.
yeah, go make coffee. All right, we got to get out of here. I went well over the 12 hour, or yeah, 12 o'clock.
We're not
So
doing a 12-hour stream.
we're not doing a 12 hour
No,
stream. Heck,
no.
no, I can't do it.
I can't do it in this chair.
Can't
No.
do it. Can't do it. Started this week. Okay, that's what I thought. But the way my mind has been going, I like second guessed myself, and it was like, no, maybe it was last week. But yeah. But yeah, give y'all give yourself some grace. And that's to everybody out there. You have to take care of you. You are the best judge of you and what is ailing you and what you can do at that moment.
You.
You. All right. Thank you so much for joining me on this stream. And I am sorry that we spent the last hour because I don't think we did a sprint at between 11 and 12, did we?
Yes, there was one.
Okay, there was
between
one.
11 and 12.
Okay, so I'm sorry that we spent the last
45 minutes talking about the healthcare system
and getting everybody in the chat on a list somewhere, I'm sure.
Join me on the list.
But yeah, thank you for joining me. We will do this again next Thursday. I start live streaming at 9 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. And yeah, it's been a lot of fun. Love the chatting. No need to apologize. Margaret says the same. Heather says I should have died in a car accident in 97. Should have died from aggressive cancer in 2000. Oh goodness. Y'all are awesome. Y'all are strong. You are amazing people. You are going to get all your shit done today. I'm sure you are going to get your goals. You're going to grab them and hold them. And yeah, the world is your oyster, so to speak.
Just like death, make it your bitch.
Right. 2 of them already have.
Yep.
All right. Love you all. Thank you for joining me again, and we will see you next time. Bye.